according to a study, young men are not mentally ill enough to vote Democrat.
That's the funniest headline I've heard in a long time.
Right after the...
It gets better. Dive in.
Joe, skip this next part. But according to a study, young men are not mentally ill enough to vote Democrat. Okay, this is offensive. Honestly, like when I read that, it's a little offensive, but let's read it. Maybe they have a good angle here.
Numbers.
One of the biggest stories in Washington over the next 4 years is whether Democrats can wrest back support among young men before the 2028 election. But to do that, the party must first understand why young male voters have flocked so heavily to the opposition party. American statistician Nate Silver dove into that question on Tuesday, finding that the mental health gap between men and women could be the crux of the divide. Citing a cooperative education study, Silver reported that around 40% of Gen Z males consider their mental health very good or excellent by comparison to 20% of Gen Z females saying the same. So twice as better. Now let's look at the party political preferences. According to the same study, 51% of conservatives say they have excellent mental health compared to just 20% of liberals. When asked if they have poor mental health, 45% of liberals responded yes, juxtaposed to just 19% of conservatives. Put simply, those who report lower states of mental health, like Gen Z females, are more likely to vote Democrat. Further, Silver summarized that young men view Democrats as nits. What's a nit? Which he defined as neurotic, risk-averse, sticklers for the rules, always up in everyone's business. What a clever term. Tom, your thoughts on this?
Well, suddenly I agree with Nate Silver after an entire election campaign of just uncovering just craziness in the polling. But it's out there. So I think whoever did this at Outkick and put together the headline, props to you. According to a study, young men are not mentally ill enough to vote Democrat. That's just props to you, the headline writer. But this is, I think this is, there's a part of this beyond the laughter here and even my chuckles that, it kind of worries me. And, is our divide in America also along lines of not just, reacting to this and reacting to that, border, economy, all these things, COVID, but that actually that there is also a line of, whatever people understand the term mental health to be when they're answering this survey. And I think it's kind of sad. But there's another part of me that says, well, that explains that.
That was your finish? Okay.
Yeah, that's
Bro, you're
go ahead.
fired.
That's my finish. That explains that. Now to Vinny with math.
I thought you were. Go ahead.
By the way, Tom's going to be performing at the Miami Improv this weekend.
Adam,
if you
go
want to
ahead.
get your tickets,
I'll be here all week.
Are you mentally ill if
Remember
you're a male?
Jewish jokes on Thursdays. Come on back.
Tom's got it on lock. Tom, you want to keep going?
Anytime. Just jump right in.
Male Democrats these days, I actually have a checklist that I use when I'm talking to my former friends, still my friends, but former colleagues in the Democratic Party. This is the Democratic checklist. It's only 3 parts, so bear with me. Number 1, are you gay? Yes or no? All right, I get it. Why you voted gay? All right, no? All right, cool. Number 2, do you have mental health issues? Are you on any sort of antidepressants? No? Okay. Number 3, do you have TDS or do you hate Donald Trump? Usually they're going to check one of these 3, if not all 3. And if the answer is to no, no, no to all of them, they're more than likely an independent or Republican. And I've gone through this process. I had to say, am I gay? No, despite the internet comments. Do I have mental health? Do I take antidepressants? No. Okay. Do I hate Trump or have TDS? No, no, no. Okay, great. I'm an independent and I voted for Trump. That's the checklist.
You know what sucks and what's good? Data. Very simple. You can tell, we interview people a lot. And it's so interesting when you interview somebody. This just happened in the last couple of weeks. And, I've been interviewing people for the last 23, 24 years as you're hiring people. You'll see a pattern. We interviewed somebody a couple of weeks ago. Within the interview of the first 15 minutes, this person, he bashed his previous 2 jobs and made fun of it nonstop. And he talked about how scared he is of the economy today and how nervous he is. And we were hiring this for a position for a pretty heavy position job for one of the companies that we run. And I sat there and asked myself, who would think like that? Who's going to subscribe to that language? Who speaks that language? There's a language you speak, right? Like today, you know what happened this morning?
What happened?
I've been up since 5 o'clock, but Senna's up since 6 o'clock. Senna was dressed downstairs, couldn't wait to come to the office.
I love her.
She's been at the office since very early, working.
Roller skating.
Every day she's working. She's going around. She works with Murph. She works with this. Did you hear about what she said to Alicia?
No.
Remind me to tell you what she said to Alicia.
Okay.
You're going to crack up what Alicia knows.
Okay.
You're going to crack up what she says to Alicia. Yeah. But she's around here walking, running around, right? I went to my dentist yesterday, and I went to his office. This kid is wiping the window. Shout out to the dentist in Boynton, Spodek. The son is wiping the window. He opens the door. How are you, sir? Very good.
How old?
I walk in, 11 years old. I walk in. My dentist pulls up. Craig, what's up, Patrick? How you doing? Great. We're walking in. Father's there. Oh, my God, Patrick, let me tell you about the one video you talk about your father and da-da-da-da. I always tell my son I love him. Pleasure meeting you. I go sit down. Today we're celebrating Craig's father's 49-year anniversary being a dentist. You got to be kidding me. No. Grandfather, father, son, all in the same place. The language of responsibility, positivity is passed down. You speak that language because of the community you're a part of and the people you're around. Very simple. If you speak negative, defeated, mental health, life is so hard, life is so this, economy sucks, all this, it's because you're around people that allow you to speak like that. If you're around me, I won't let you speak like that, or you're going to eventually get sick of me. But I'm not going to let you talk like that in front of my kids if you're negative. I'm like, look, man, we don't talk like that in front of our family. We just don't. There's certain behaviors we don't have. So either you change or we cannot coexist. So when you see these types of stats coming out, you know what it means? That's the language that the Democratic parents speak to their kids. They impose those fears. They impose those thoughts. They impose those non-existing stress and crisis and issues and mental illness that's taking place. That's what they do. So imagine how parents speak at now when the kid goes home. Imagine what mom says. I'm so sick. I'm so sick. I'm so sick. My dad is he's had health issues for God knows how long. Never, ever did he say anything about him being sick. We have a relative that's been saying, he's sick for decades. And that person was the healthiest person. And my dad was sick as a dog. He would never talk about it. My dad could be sick. You would never know about it. He doesn't want to advertise it. It's a mindset that's passed down. It is a mindset that's passed down to them. So unfortunately, as much as these kids are going through this, it's because their parents are teaching those habits of behaving that way. Go watch Tom's kids. See how Brooke and Bailey are. Oh. Go around them and see how they are. Go around them and see how they carry themselves, how they behave, how they handle themselves, how they are around my boys, the relationship, how they get along. So, folks, that could be a simple conversation as all of us as parents have to be very careful on the way we speak around our kids, how we act like victims, how it's unfair. Let me tell you what happened and da-da-da-da-da. Because your kids are going to mimic that same mindset that you're going through yourself as well. Last year, we ran one of the coolest contests ever. And I thought it was going to be a basic dinner and meet and greet and all this other stuff. It turned into a massive spectacle. It was a Minnect contest for 2 months for lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight, and super heavyweight. And even users got involved. And we invited the top 3. You pay your flight, hotel, all that stuff. But once you came here, we went to dinner together at Casa D'Angelo, top-notch dinner. Then we went to the cigar lounge. And it was such a great time. We stayed together till midnight. We had 6.5 hours of conversations. I'm going to show you the highlight from last year. Then I want to announce this contest for all of you guys to compete in from June to July. And the dinner will be sometime in August. Rob, play this clip. Go for it. We just had our first Minnect dinner. Let me tell you, it was so awesome because we had the dinner. It was absolutely an amazing experience. Oof. The conversations, the networking, great. There's people from all over the world. So I said, maybe I'll stick around for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. But then afterward, we came right here at the cigar lounge. I stayed till midnight. We had 6.5 hours of conversations.
That was fantastic.
Yeah. So if you weren't there, you missed it. We wish you were there, but I'll give you one counsel.
We're about to announce the next contest. Do not miss the next Minnect contest. And I hope to see you there.
By the way, it was so great. Deals were done. Relationships were built. Conversations. So go download the app if you haven't yet, whether it's Apple or Google. Start Minnecting. Ask questions. Nowadays, we got Ray Lewis that's officially on Minnect. And was responding back to people on Minnect. Really? By the way, Stephen A. Smith's going to get active on Minnect on today or tomorrow, starting his account where people can ask Stephen A. questions.
James O'Keefe.
Anna Kasparian, James O'Keefe, Paul Saladino, Terrence Howard, Cuomo. There are so many great people. Lindy Lee is crushing it,
Killing it
on Minnect, the way that it's going. And by the way, who knows who's going to be at this dinner when we host this. So if you like good conversations, if you want to come to South Florida, we're going to probably give you a tour to headquarters as well when you come down here. Then go straight to dinner. Then go straight to the cigar lounge, which is a private club, but some of you guys will have a chance to be a part of it. And by then, we have a lot of new surprises with the private club, so you'll get a chance to tour as well. So download the app, start Minnecting, start competing. The update on the Leaders Bulletin will be on Minnect.com. Rob, if you go to Minnect.com, just go to Minnect.com, and if you look at the contest, on the experts, that's how it works, okay? If you look at a lightweight right now, at the top is Dean Mason. James O'Keefe right now is second place. Wow. Then is Luis Cancion. Go to a middleweight, Rob. Middleweight right now is John Mason. Then Lily Tam. Then is James Murphy. Let's go to heavyweight. Heavyweight, because everybody from heavyweight goes to super heavyweight. So it's Daniel, number one.
Daniel.
Michael Moore, Matt Sapala. Then it's super heavyweight is what? Super heavyweight is Lindy Lee, myself, Timothy Ryan, Oshana Tom Sauce, Dennis Punnam, and a couple other guys. By the way, the scoring will be the following. To compete the next 2 months, lightweight will have to do a minimum of 200 points. You have to be lightweight today. You can go up, but we're going to calculate your points from today. Middleweight, you have to do minimum of 400. Heavyweight is minimum 400 points, and super heavyweight has to be 1,500 points. And the users contest, go to users, Rob. A new user goes out there, 200 points you score, new users. Existing user has to be 400 points. You'll be invited to that dinner in a cigar lounge with us. Go download the app, start Minnecting today.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.